Unonitambanusira maoko yenyu kundiregerera kugamuchira kunditungamirira munzira dzenyu kuperekedza. This part. Makadini mese kwamuri kumativi mana enyika. Ndini pano Shingisai Suluma, better known as Shingisai Suluma, and it's my pleasure and excitement this year 2021 to present to you 25 years of being in a music career, and especially this year I want to say 15 years after the making and presentation and the staging of the album Maitiro, Enyu, a song that we treasure, that I treasure, that my group treasures, because it was our first song to reach over 1 million views on YouTube. And so, and above all, this year I'm gonna be that level 50. Hey, all you 50-year-olds, I'm with you this time. And so I'm celebrating my 50th birthday this year. And so I just thought it's a good idea to just look back to see what God has done in my music ministry and my music career, my family, my other musicians, singers, my backing vocalist, and my siblings, my family, my children, my husband, just to show you what we're doing and what we're doing right now, what we're doing there, and what we aspire to do. And so it's a time to let you know, just know those questions that you have in the back of your minds. Some people have actually been brave and bold to ask me their personal questions that I may be able to answer or to respond. But it's a good time. So come home with me and let's start off. So I want to start off with the song, of course, the popular song that made me even won an award, Best Female of the Year in 2007. And I had 2 awards then, and the other one was Best Gospel Singer of the Year. So I praise the Lord, and I want to present to you this song again. So let's listen to it all over. I know you know it, but let's go song by song. And this was at if some of you were there at the place present, or those that watched on YouTube, or those that managed to buy the DVD. This was at Avondale. I wish I would remember exactly the name of the venue, but I know it was in Avondale. You know, sometimes when you're singing, when you're about to do a presentation, and this time I had decided to remain in the background as the song started. And so the singers were supposed to go 2 rounds before I come in. And I was there in the background, shaking, nervous, remembering that I forgot to put my necklace or forgot to put my makeup on. So many things were going in my mind. But I was about to come on stage, and so there was no turning back. I'm looking at all these faces, you know what I'm thinking about? All these were all young and not married. But this time they're all moms and dads, and they're married. I'll talk about them later. Sometimes it's really interesting, some of the questions that I've been getting throughout the years is like, how did you write the song, or how do you get inspiration from the song? So as we are about to continue to go through the song, I wanted to say this was inspired by the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace. Saka unongofunga zvomoti Mwari anotirwira panguva zhinji pane zvetinenge tichipinda mazviri nezvinhu zvetinobuda mazviri Mwari zvaanotirwira kubva pane chinenge chiitika. handichanatso kurangarira kuti pane zvanga zviitika here muupenyu hwangu personally panguva pandakanyora song iyayo, asi ndinoziva kuti ndakanga ndiri teacher Eaglesville Secondary School the time that this song came in. And so I believe God had delivered me from something, or God was working in my life about something that was going on. But this is when the song came, that God had rescued me or delivered me, or was in the process of doing something great. And so it's an unusual song, but if anybody will find inspiration, just know that God delivers from the mouth of the lion. And sometimes you'll all be worried if you'll remember your lyrics, wondering if you're going to remember them or not. But it happens when you're on stage. Miracles do happen. I tell you, this is one of the events that I say a miracle happened, because there's not a single lyric or word that I forgot on that night. Yeah. Before we go further into this part of the bridge, we call it a bridge. And so my daughter was reminding me one time, the time of the recording of this video, she was 5 years old, I think. And so she said, when I got that part of the bridge, and so I wanted to present it to my producer who's my husband. And so the best way that I used to do this was to teach my young daughter or one of my siblings, and then I would do a presentation and say, what do you think about this? And so I took my young daughter and then I said, let me teach you a song. And so that's when I taught her, so it was just like that time it was just like a straight song. And so when Daddy came home, and then I said, oh, come on, let's show Daddy what I taught you. And so when we did the presentation, and the presentation eventually won. And so the part of that part of when we go a low tone and then a high tone, I think they call it octave, low octave, high octave, into the highest octave, you see how the song goes. I had that inspiration from one of Kirk Franklin's song that I loved very much. I don't remember really which song that was, but it was a Kirk Franklin song that had the part of their song that would go low octave, middle octave, and high octave. So I took that from them, and then I decided to introduce it onto this part of the bridge of the song. Yeah, let's go with this one. This part. So this song, I mean, most of our songs on this album were very new songs, and we're not very sure how our audience were going to react to it. And I'm also doing a reaction video to my own video. But the reaction video, the reaction part of the singing and the presentation, we were overwhelmed with it. We were excited that our people, our audience, were excited about a new song. Coming to a concert where you're not singing along with the singers like we normally do as Zimbabweans. You want to sing along with our musicians, with our singers, and we want to come to a concert knowing the song already so that we sing along with them. But this was on an unusual side, and we were not sure how this was going to act out to be. And so our audience was so supportive. So when we sang that part, and I mean the way that we had planned it, and so the audience erupted. They were cheerleading us, and they gave us an what do you call it when you are standing up ovation for that song. So there was a great show that we had to, that we understood then, or we appreciated that our songs, and particularly that first song, was accepted the way it was. So it was great. So this is the making of Maitiro Enyu first song that I wrote, and my husband, the producer, was the music brains behind the whole song. Thank you.